Hello, this is Guy Severson with yet another viral TNT moment where we tap into key industry individuals that are helping businesses on and off the web to succeed in business. I'm pleased to let you know that today I have with me a Facebook master. His name is Chuck Bartok. And hello, Chuck. How are you doing today?
Just fine, Guy, and I'm very honored that you asked to meet with me today. I know we've had a couple of other sessions together on my talk show, which is currently on hiatus, and I am honored again to be with you.
Awesome. The honor is all mine. I'm glad that we have this ability to connect. So I understand that you know a thing or two about Facebook.
Well, yes, and it's been an interesting progress since Facebook came on board. Part of my life, the last almost 55 years, has been involving myself with people and marketing. And of course, marketing is nothing more than finding people who are interested in a product or service that you may own and finding out where they hang out and asking them questions. You can't ask enough questions to find out what it is they're looking for. Then your job is to do nothing more than to provide them that information, product, or service that they want. Once that's done, you know, you enjoy 85–90% ratios of yeses to whatever it is that you present. Now, one thing, years ago, of course, we used what we call old-fashioned systems. I would knock on people's doors. I would call them on the telephone. The telephone for the last 50-plus years has been the mainstay of the growth of all of our businesses, plus personal communication, face-to-face, or speaking to large crowds. Now, the Internet, as we know, has allowed us to reach out to many more people. At the same time, that ability has actually been not beneficial to a lot of people because they haven't used common sense in how to do that which I said. Okay? Number one, you first of all, you have to have something to talk about. Secondly, you have to find out who your market is. You know, how old are they? What sex are they? What are their interests other than the product, service, or products or services or information that you may have? And then you have to get in front of them. Well, the Internet allows you to get in front, as you are right now, a video in your car. I'm sitting here in my desk. We can be speaking to literally millions of people today, tomorrow, and in the future.
So, Chuck, let me put you on break for just a minute. So I want to make sure I really got what you just said. What I heard was, first of all, you have to understand what your product is. Mm-hmm. Then you have to understand who your audience is, and then you have to understand how to go about getting them. Is that correct?
That's absolutely it. That's the secret to every successful business in the world. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter whether you're a doctor. Doesn't matter whether you own a tire company or you're an author. It doesn't matter what the product is. Those systems are absolutely inviolate if you ever expect your product, service, or information to be purchased, which, of course, is the end result of every business. There has to be a sale. Without a sale, there is no business. I mean, I know these sound simple, but, you know, people, I don't want to sell. I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that. If there isn't somebody to say yes to the presentation that you made, you're not there. There's just nothing there. It's just,
you've got a hobby. You've got a hobby.
Yeah, you've got a hobby. Yeah, you like to talk. That's it, you know. Now, when I purchased a computer back in 2004 after suffering a massive coronary and realizing that I had to change my lifestyle and maybe spend a little bit more time more sedentary, I was amazed at what the computer offered us, the Internet. It offered every person, regardless of your education, background, whatever, the opportunity to find those people we just talked about. And that can be done at low to no cost. I am amazed that on the internet there are so many people, that have the 497 widget that is going to make your life easy. Well, that's all BS. Trust me. No one has to spend any money of any consequence to develop this system. What they do need is to own some common sense. Now, Facebook, as we know, has evolved into probably the most powerful next to Twitter and LinkedIn. I'll talk about some other time. But Facebook allows anyone, first of all, to establish a page, not a profile. I mean, you have to have a profile before you can have a page. Establish a page and spend your time putting information on that page that you feel will attract or will be interesting to those people that you've defined as your market. Okay? Now, when I've worked with people on Facebook, they will grab somebody else's article and share it, quote, on their page, right? Or share a meme or something like this. Well, the biggest mistake I see is that nobody writes their own feelings up front. They just share it. So what I feel must be done to get to the ultimate success rate is you write, I found this today. I don't know how you feel about the topic, but what I thought was interesting was X, Y, and Z. Now, most of you may think that A, B, and C is more important. Take a moment of your time, watch the video, read the PDF, whatever it might be, and let's talk about it. Then underneath that is the share. So what I've just done is I've asked the questions, right? And I'm looking for engagement. Well, to give you an example on a post, I'm going to just change my eyes here for a moment. I'm going to go to, just a moment here. Bear with me. I hope my eyes haven't gone away from you. My associate 10 hours ago shared something, okay?
Okay.
On his page, our page. And
now you're saying 10 hours ago.
10 hours ago, right now. I'm speaking to you.
Okay.
Live. Okay.
Gotcha.
In those 10 hours, 4,299 people have been reached. 59 people have shared it. 259 people have liked, disliked, or shown some emotion. And let me see right now, we have currently just about 65 engagements. And some of the engagements are 2 and 3.
John, I'm going to stop you for a second, because I know there are lots of people out there that have shared things and whatnot, have asked those questions, and are not getting those results. So what are you doing different?
Okay. First of all, nothing is going to happen overnight. Okay?
Okay.
This page has 11,000 likes. They did not happen overnight.
Okay.
Now, in the last year, we've increased our likes about 4,000. But we have never...
So what you're saying is it takes time to develop, even though social media is so easy, so free and everything, develop a relationship, it takes time.
Right, absolutely. As it does starting your tire store, your restaurant. When I started farming, I did not get to the point I was when I quit when I started. Okay, right. I mean, see, the fallacy, here's, I mean, I'm a contrarian. Most of the people today are of the generation of, you deserve a break today, which was one of the greatest advertising, McDonald's advertising, you deserve a break today. Mm-hmm. Bullshit. Nobody deserves a break. Nobody, you're not anointed with a break. Number two, the easy button from Staples. And number three, we have, over the last maybe 20 years, inculcated people's mindset that they are really important. Well, you earn importance. You earn importance by delivering that which the public wants, not what you want. Well, there is a subtle thing there. I can postulate my feelings, okay? I can enter into dialogue with you, and my dialogue is nothing more than presenting what I think it is you needed based on our questions, okay? What you do with that is totally irrelevant to me. I am not interested in what anybody does after I've made my presentation. It's not my job to be concerned about that. It's my job to know that I made the best possible presentation, to fill the answers that they had. And if you think about the simplicity of this, there's no magic. There's no formula. There's no tool that does this for you. And that's the other thing. These tools don't do that for you. You know, everybody's selling lead generation. And I've talked to people who say, oh, wow, I'm getting 20 new leads a day. I said, how many are you selling? Well, I'm attracting them. Well, how many of them have you asked to buy? Now, that's a very, sometimes a cold statement, but asking them to buy doesn't mean necessarily to open your checkbook today.
Hello.
Asking them to buy is to come to some agreement that whatever it is you're talking about is amenable to both parties. Okay? Now, if you go to a person, okay, well, just use doctors as an example. My wife has a medical condition. For the last year, she has a problem that nobody's come up with any solutions. What's interesting, in all these appointments I go with her, only one doctor ever listened to her. One doctor ever listened to her. They were sitting there as she was speaking, and they were typing on their machine. There was no eye contact. There was no physical, hand on the knee, which is fabulous if you're in a doctor's. I mean, people may object to that, but trust me, it works well, especially with the husband sitting, blah, blah, blah. But there was only one doctor who I knew listened intently by his response to what she said. One out of maybe 7 specialists. We've traveled around the state of California looking for someone, okay? Now, that is exactly what anybody who is on Facebook for business or on Twitter or, anybody who is in commerce needs to listen intently to their existing customer or prospective customer's needs and wishes. Now, does that mean that you have to kowtow and bend over to everybody? No. Somebody says, well, in our retail store, okay, someone would come in and say, gee, I see you don't carry Acme boots. Oh, no, we don't carry Acme boots. What is it that interests you about Acme boots? Well, Acme boots have held up for me longer than any other boot I've ever worn. I personally think the Acme boots are value priced. And I come into this store a lot and I buy X, Y, and Z, but I just want to let you know that, Acme boots would be an advantage to me. So you take that piece of information and guy comes in the store, regular customer or new customer, and you look down and you see they have a pair of boots on. I said, by the way, have you ever heard of Acme boots? Oh, yeah, I don't like them. Okay, you see what's happening in this. Okay, this is the same thing that social media allows you to do.
Right.
The same principles that we do in the shoe store, the same difference we do in the restaurant. We changed our restaurant menus based on what the customers wanted.
True.
Is there anything wrong with that? No. As long as it was reasonable. Unless it is reasonable. Or, this attitude is, well, this is the way I do it, and that's the way it is. Fine.
Right.
Wonderful. I'm not going to argue with you. But that entrepreneur, that business person who listens intently to his base, his prospects, and his existing customers is always going to do better. Interesting thing with social media, another thing social media allows you to do. I've gotten in trouble in this conversation on other interviews. It has been my business decision that I do not offer discounts to new customers. And there's a reason for it. If I give you a discount, why are you any more important than my existing customer who comes in every week and buys? And that could be online or offline. I had a young man, his package was $4.97, but if I buy it today, it's $97, and I wrote him a letter back. And I said, you've really cheated a lot of people. Either your product wasn't worth anything to begin with, or you have no respect for the people who spent $497 with you. Okay? So our business philosophy is, since we have extensive lists, newsletter, and email lists, if we're going to discount something, we discount things to people who are already spending money with us.
Nice.
Does that make sense?
It does. You're discounting those people that are already involved with you.
Right. Now, guess what? You don't have to advertise as much doing that.
Yeah, because you get the word of mouth going.
I'll give you an example. A company very close to me for the last 30 years, the young man and I used to be one of his largest retailers, okay? And a small company in Northern California, and quality products, and price, he's not the lowest price in town. So when I got out of the retail business and spent more time consulting others, he obviously, I came on board with him, and he and his wife and I were out to dinner one night, and I said, what I want us to do is we're going to send a gift to everyone who orders online. Because he either sells wholesale to other retailers or he sells online, right? And that's how we started. We built a website and started online business. And his wife says, we can't afford that. I said, well, I'll tell you what. I want you to do it for the next 6 months. We're going to keep track of all the expense you had in purchasing the product that you're going to ship with someone's order unannounced. There's no announcement of this. It's just you open the box and there it is. And if you don't have an increase in sales, I'll pick up the tab of your expenses for the last 6 months.
Nice.
Well, within 3 weeks, she called and chuckled at me and said, I hate you, but you're absolutely right. So what he does, now I'm going to give an example. He puts a quality T-shirt, not from India, a quality American cotton T-shirt, beautifully screened, no blatant advertisement, with a question, do you buckaroo, and then the website, okay?
Okay.
And the logo. That's what's on the T-shirt. Well, one of the best examples is a young lady back in New Jersey orders a product. Orders a $40 product. The T-shirts were $20, okay? I just want to tell you, these aren't cheap T-shirts, okay? And that's buying in volume. And so she wore it to the next horse show. And after the horse show, 30 orders came in from that town. Because we talked to her, see? She says, well, everybody wanted to know where I got that shirt. And she said, well, I ordered something from Buckaroo. Everybody went home, they wanted the shirt.
There you go.
Okay, now that's just a story. Now, that is not social media directed, correct? Because you're not advertising this, you're not talking about this, but let me tell you, the customers will. They will engage with other people in social media and talk to them. So I happen to be a Facebook fan. I know you engage on Twitter much better than I do, and you've been helping me on Twitter. But I also learned a few years ago, maybe it's my age, I can only focus in one place.
Right.
Okay. I do Twitter. Okay. And there was a time I shared with you on the other show that actually Twitter generated an awful lot of, the second year they were open, they generated a huge amount of cash for me selling oranges on Twitter back east. Okay. Now, But, you know, it just drifted away. I actually got tired of the same crap, seeing the same crap, and so on and so forth. Whereas on Facebook, we have a little more, you know, it's a little more workable, I believe. But we do focus on Facebook. The pages that we work are successful, and they're successful because we are providing that which the market wants, and we are constantly asking for their input. We literally say, what do you think? As you do in some of your posts. Agree or disagree, and why? So you want to engage, okay? One thing, Guy, and I know that you're on a short time, that I have a sense that a lot of people really don't know what they're the best at, and consequently on social media, they don't come across as being truly focused and centered. We've always, or my mindset has always been, there's some things I know really well, and that's what I focus on, okay? And I'm not really interested at my age to learn, you know, how to, I don't know, how to write a better blog. I mean, there's just so many things, okay? So I take the talents, and this is another thing I do when I talk with the clients. What do you do best? And somebody tells you, well, I'm really good with people. And I'm not good with paperwork. So, okay, forget the paperwork. Let's focus on the people. And the more times you do it, the more people you talk to, the more success you're going to have. And the only person who ever gauges your success is you.
That's right.
You do not let any social pressure gauge your success. I could give a squat what people think about me, because I'm not here to please those people. My job in life is to be happy with me. I'm born in the image and likeness of greatness, so therefore I should edify that opportunity. The next people I have to answer to myself first. Secondly is my immediate family, which keeps growing because we have great-grandchildren popping out every day. So I can't share any goodness with you unless I'm sharing goodness with me, because you can't give that which you don't own.
That's right.
Otherwise, you're stealing. or you're not.
I agree. Absolutely. Hey, Chuck, you know, you've given some great insight as to Facebook and your philosophy and everything like that. What I haven't seen is an example of, you know, okay, this is a project that I took, and because the results that I've had with this project as a result of my philosophies moving forward.
Okay, there's a website. The website is very easy to, I mean, I can't write it down for you now, but it's James, JAMES, STRAUSS.com. That's our author site.
Let's go over that one more time. Let's go over that one more time.
James, JAMES, STRAUSS.com.
Okay.
JamesStrauss.com. Okay. That's a website that a partner of mine, we put it up last year. It has had, this is interesting, 1,173,000 page views. Wow. It is visited by about 2,000 people a day. We've never spent any money on Google AdWords, by the way. Okay?
Wow.
And one series of stories on that website has generated 9,200 comments. Now, when we printed the first 10 days of the book that is being put on the website, chapter by chapter, as it's written, the sales took off the first day and have never stopped, even though you and everybody else could read that same story for free on the website. And we're now priming for the second 10 days. And we're on day 17th night, and Jim, who had eye surgery, had another transplant on Wednesday, He did not bounce back because he's older than he thinks he is. And his wife and daughter took everything away for the last 2 days because he was trying to strain his eyes. So he is writing tonight in Wisconsin. But the interesting thing, all we do on that website is it's an author website. So what would you expect if you went to an author website? What are you looking for when you go to an author website?
Their books, their what they want to sell, what they've written.
Okay. Our site puts the writing down. You can read it. Now, in the last 10 days, we have a novel that was written back at Arch Patton, who's our lovable CIA agent. Arch, The Bering Sea was written quite a while ago. It's just we don't like to publish. Just you write them because they're fun. Well, I'm right now, before I talk to you, I just posted chapter 34. There's 56 chapters, and by tomorrow sometime, I will have the whole novel up on the website. We will publish the book in print and digital on Barnes & Noble and Amazon at the end of the month. Okay? Now, Facebook will be the major vehicle of, plus I have found excellent results with Amazon ads. AWS, Amazon ads in Amazon.
Oh.
They're very inexpensive, and they have a high conversion ratio. Okay, that's another whole story. But what we do is we take I just posted a chapter. We go to the Facebook page, and I'm going to read. I'm going to give you an example by reading it. I hope this isn't boring to you. But we posted. I got to get down to the bottom here. Come on. There's so much stuff here. Yeah, we're up to 11,000 plus likes. Okay, on September 8th, we posted the 17th night, okay? And 7,115 people were reached. 189 people liked it, or 18 people shared it. And that wasn't one of our best. But the most interesting thing is, since we have an end result, 596 people went to the website. Okay? Now, that is not as good, and there's reasons for it. Let me see what this... Oh!
That's still incredible.
Okay, here's another one that had 8,224 website clicks off of Facebook. Okay? 93,000 people were reached. 10,000 of it was organic. We did buy an ad there, okay? And 291 people shared it on their wall. Now, let's talk a minute about Facebook. We did buy advertising. We boosted posts, which is the very simple way to do things, correct?
Sure.
Are you there? Boosting posts, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Now, we did boost that for $400. $400 generated 8,224 people visiting the website. The average stay on the website is 14 minutes, and the average pages read is 4. And we have a 0.05% bounce rate. Google says if your bounce rate... Yeah.
Chuck, you were kind of off the screen just a little bit.
Okay.
All right, there we go. You're back on the screen.
Okay. Anyway, again, what we're doing on Facebook is we are giving people snippets of our work on Facebook, asking them to go and read the whole real McCoy.
Sure.
And we also ask them to comment. Ergo, we generate over 9,700 comments on the website.
Wow.
Now, you want to talk about what that does to traffic and search?
Hello.
Okay, but I have to emphasize it came from Facebook, because I will go down here very quickly and very quickly do this. I got to stay there. Yes, stay there. I have to. I'm working on a chapter, as I told you, and I got to be sure I save it. Hold on. Statistics.
And just to let you know, we need to start hitting kind of towards the closure. We're already at 30 minutes, which I'm not surprised about with you. So anyway, yeah.
Okay. According to my little statistics calculator on the website, in the last 8 months, come on, turn around. It's going to be slow on me because Facebook has sent 297,000 people to the website. Google search has sent 20,000. Remember I said we don't buy Google ads?
Mm-hmm.
And then other places, of course, said that. So Facebook, social media, it works on Twitter too. I mean, again, I'm focusing on Facebook. Things can work like this. Twitter. Person must be consistent. They have to be talking to the audience that they know is interested. And if they don't know how to find that audience, they should call people like you and me, and we can show them where to go to find the audience.
Absolutely.
And you know, it's not rocket science. My favorite thing when I used to give public presentations to this was I'd go to, business meetings and chambers of commerce and so on, and I'd say, well, you don't take fur coats to a PETA convention.
Hello.
So if you have something to say, if you have something to sell, if you have information to share, find out where the people who would be interested are. And that is not difficult because you can let your fingers do the walking on the internet through your time and energy searching where those people are. And
I want to stop you just on one thing there. You said time and energy. I think that's something that people miss about social media is they think that they can get there just by opening up an account, and they've got a profile account now, and so everything should be working. It takes time. It takes energy.
That's right. And I'm going to counter that by I've met so many people who aspire to be in business. Every business person I've associated with over the last almost 60 years has never worked 5 days a week and has never worked 8 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's 364, 24/7, because a business person, an entrepreneur, is a mindset. Therefore, now, does that mean I'm overworked? I've never worked a hard day in my life. I've never worked. And I farmed, and I milked cows, and I drove cattle, and, I had to saddle up horses. That's not work, for crying out loud. Can you imagine making a living riding a horse? That's what my son does. He rides 10 horses a day, and he makes 6 figures, okay? I mean, the money's immaterial. So that's the other fallacy is, well, I'm going to dabble in this. Well, don't waste your time in dabbling. Go find someone who will pay you for your services. Enjoy that, you leave the job, it's over with. Because truly an entrepreneur is always thinking. It doesn't mean that you don't take care of your family. It doesn't mean this. I decided in 1960 that I did not want to go to work. So that's when I designed my lifestyle. My children grew up on a truck farm. We were together all the time, except when they went to school. But we were out in the field together. Little in diapers, they were out there picking beans and doing whatever, you see, because that's what I chose to have as a lifestyle. But at the same time, we had other businesses going.
Right.
You see? So we have that choice. Again, we're born in the image and likeness of greatness. We all should take the opportunity to assure ourselves that we take advantage of that wonderful inheritance that we have, being born in the image and likeness of greatness. I can't make you great, but you can make yourself great. And the greatness is your definition. Doesn't mean I have to be a multimillionaire.
Right.
Your definition may be important to you, and that's great. It may be totally different than mine, but we're both equally successful.
That's right. That's right.
So,
Chuck, if we're kind of now bringing this down to some final comments and whatnot, if there was one thing, one statement, one thought, one vision that you would like to leave with our audience today, what would that be?
Believe in yourself define yourself, write a plan with reasonable goals, mastermind, find a mastermind. I'm still meeting with people we've masterminded for 50 years, okay? And go after it. Do it, as crazy as it may be. But you have to believe in yourself because nobody else will believe in you otherwise.
Hello. Absolutely. You have to believe in yourself, otherwise no one else will.
Right. And it doesn't matter if you were born, I was born in South Chicago, okay, 89th and Cottage. Not exactly the nicest neighborhood. I don't say that because I need sympathy, but everybody there was in the same group. We were a bunch of dumb immigrants, all right? Nobody was born with a silver spoon. But it's amazing to me, the group that my dad went to World War II with, I watched, I was a little kid growing up, and I watched his buddies, and they all did what they wanted to do, and they did it damn well.
Awesome.
That was how they were brought up. We have lost a lot of that over the last 20, 30 years. Number one, because our education system is so designed that we do not honor that weirdness, that contrarian philosophy. And, do you realize that I never realized until I started looking at the kids. When I went to college, I never had once in 4 years to get my degree, I never once had a multiple choice test. Every one of our tests were essays. Okay? Today, you can't find an essay test. Now, think about the difference between multiple choice and essay. Number one, it's very difficult to grade an essay test because there is no right or wrong answer. It's how that person writing interpreted the question and, how much knowledge did they put down. Okay? So maybe if we went back to some of these things, we'd have more people happier. I don't know. But I appreciate your time and energy. Thank you.
Absolutely. Chuck,
now, did I answer your question? Did I answer your question?
Yeah, I think you answered with several different items, but the one that I take away the most is if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
Chuck, thank you for your time. It's been great. This has definitely been more than just Facebook. There's been some great words of wisdom shared, and I definitely thank you for that. Again, this is Guy Severson with Viral TNT, and I do these programs. I feature people just like Chuck, absolutely free, and then I send them out to my 30,000 and growing Twitter audience, and I send them out in a round-robin process, so it's not just once, it's consistently, and I continue to help out. How much does it cost? It costs nothing. Why am I doing this? Because I want to help businesses just like yours succeed on the web. Again, Chuck, thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. And we'll be talking with you in our next episode. Take care and best wishes.
Thank you.